This is ABC7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. Shark fishing off the Venice Pier may soon be banned.
The issue surfaced today at a Venice City Council meeting when some voiced concerns about bad activities going on at night at the pier. ABC7's Christopher Brantley is joining us with more. Christopher.
Good evening. The conversation was completely unexpected. It was during a presentation from the Venice Police Department about illegal activities happening on the pier when the conversation changed. In their first meeting back from summer break, the Venice City Council took on an issue that became big while they were away. This now famous video of a shark allegedly being dragged by a fishing boat. Venice's Mayor John Hollick surprised the room when he suggested shark fishing should be prohibited. And he wasn't alone in his thinking.
To me, intuitively, and I'm not a fisherman, perhaps shark fishing too close to a beach might not make intuitive sense, and that's why I'd like to gather some more information on the topic.
Vice Mayor Rich Katira worries about fishermen luring sharks close to the pier, a place popular among beachgoers. Currently, the Venice Fishing Pier is among a very small number of public facilities that allows shark fishing.
It looks like some individuals took it upon themselves sometime in the past to have drilled holes in the top of the railings.
Lieutenant Eric Hill of the Venice Police Department was originally giving council a presentation on a sting operation conducted by VPD to bust folks doing illegal activities, including smoking marijuana. Council quickly shifted to the current state of the pier, noting an $80,000 net that was installed underneath they say has been torn up by the large hooks needed to catch sharks. That, included with the alleged shark dragging video and proximity to the beach, made for a discussion virtually no one was expecting. And because this wasn't officially on the agenda for today's City Council meeting, nothing official was done, no votes were taken. The council only directed staff to look into the matter. Now, this could be put on a future agenda and officially voted on in the future. In Venice, Christopher Brantley, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Christopher, thank you. The Florida Supreme Court is still refusing to suspend the state's first execution after an 18-month-long halt. Justices have rejected an appeal for Mark Asay, who is accused of killing 2 men in Jacksonville in 1987. The court misidentified the race of one of the victims 26 years ago in its initial review. Asay's lawyers say this violated due process, but the court ruled that the victim's race was identified at trial and did not affect previous rulings. Asay is expected to be executed on Thursday.
It's one of the nastiest threats lurking on the internet, so-called ransomware, a malicious software that threatens users from accessing sensitive data from their own system unless a payment is made. The hacking threat even hitting close to home. Many times it could be attacks carried out by hackers affiliated with ISIS looking to exploit vulnerabilities within networks in business or government, maximizing any private information they could find, such as social security numbers.
But most of the time, they're stumbling across things that are really of pretty low value, and they're putting it out as if to say, we've been able to go ahead and get this information from you, you should be afraid of us.
Coming up tonight on ABC7 News at 7, cybersecurity experts break down the best practices to prevent these types of breaches from taking place.
High school students in Florida who are looking to make a career out of computer coding may soon get some help from the state legislature. A Senate Republican filed a proposal that would make coding similar to taking a foreign language class. Students who take the courses would be able to satisfy 2 foreign language credits. Florida colleges would have to accept the coding courses as foreign language credits, but it would be optional for out-of-state colleges. Now, if the bill is passed, the classes would be offered for the 2020 school year.
Now we're going to head over to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan, who has the first alert forecast. And Bob, maybe one of the highest heat indexes we've seen in a while.
Yes, that's true. We've had some high heat indices up to 103 right now across portions of central Florida. Ours was at 103. It's dropped down to a cool 101. One thing to note this morning, I know I was out walking a little bit, and it was a little bit drier as far as the humidity goes. It made it feel a little bit more comfortable because of that east wind, and that's one thing we have seen. And the humidity is fairly low, but the temperature is just so hot. It doesn't take much humidity to make it feel like 103 out there. What we are watching, a very active tropical system right now. Not this one, which is going to have an impact on the weather, but this one really exploding as it is making its way across the Yucatan Peninsula. and more than likely will become a tropical storm within the next 24 hours and then possibly a hurricane, a strong Category 1 or 2 as it approaches Texas in the next 24, looks like more 36 to 48 hours down the road. Well, for us, we've got radar showing some showers down to our south right now. That's pushing off to these. This is a little bit something that we'll start to see more of, I think, beginning tomorrow as this tropical wave slowly slides to the west. We'll have more on that and a look at your weekend forecast coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. New developments on the disaster at sea involving a U.S. Navy destroyer. Malaysian Navy divers are reporting they've recovered a body at the collision site of the USS John S. McCain after searching the sea and ship for 10 missing sailors. The Navy destroyer collided with an oil tanker early Monday morning off the coast of Singapore, leaving a gaping hole in the ship's hull, causing water to rush in and flood the ship. 5 sailors were injured in the collision.
We will conduct a thorough and full investigation into this collision, what occurred, what happened, and how it happened. One tragedy like this is one too many.
This is the 4th Navy mishap this year and the 2nd major crash in 2 months. The Navy has ordered a temporary halt in operations for all Navy ships until further notice.
There are still many questions surrounding President Trump's new strategy in Afghanistan. In an address to the nation last night, the president admitted he's changed his mind about Afghanistan. Instead of pulling forces out, he'll be adding more to the fight. President Trump says he's following the advice of his national security team, who believe the way to beat the Taliban and ISIS is with more boots on the ground. But during his speech, no specific number was given.
There is a number that I'm authorized to go up to. I'd rather not say a number and then have to change it later on.
The president also called for using a regional strategy against terrorism that will involve more cooperation from nearby Pakistan and India. Here in the Suncoast, reaction is mixed to the president's path forward in Afghanistan. This has been America's longest war now at 16 years. Opponents say thousands of U.S. troops have been killed and there is still no end in sight, but supporters say they're glad the president is putting a new emphasis on finding and killing the terrorists.
I think that what the president did last night and the path that he laid forward, it makes a lot of sense. He's really deferring to our generals and our military leaders rather than setting some timetable or some, number of troops out there that has been done in the previous administration. So we need to win. We've had a lot of lives lost. It's cost us a fortune. We need to get out of there, but we need to make sure when we get out, it is under victory.
It's fairly obvious that he's done a 180-degree turn from everything that he spoke about for the last few years, that we should get out under any circumstance. I never think it's a good idea to be open-ended about how long something should last. And history tells us that Afghanistan is something that has bogged people down for centuries.
The president says the new policy will have no timeline on the withdrawal of U.S. troops.
Former Vice President Dick Cheney will be returning to Sarasota this fall. Cheney will be honored as the Sarasota GOP's Statesman of the Year. His daughter, U.S. Representative Liz Cheney, will also be recognized as the group's first Stateswoman of the Year. This event will be at the Westin on October 7th.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, cracking down on what you can and cannot buy with food stamps. State
lawmakers may ban one certain item from recipients' grocery carts. That story is straight ahead.
Hi, I'm Jeff Benninghoff, the general manager here at ABC7. Did you know more people get their news from local broadcasters than those big national cable outlets? In fact, the average newscast at a Raycom media station delivers nearly 8 times the audience of a national cable newscast. At ABC7, that's what our local commitment is all about. Severe weather warnings, important news and information where you live, your favorite ABC shows, and sports. We're proud to be your neighbor and serve the Suncoast community. Unfortunately, there's a danger. DirecTV's system is about to drop us and break that critical link to our viewers. We're currently working hard to make sure DirecTV customers continue to have access to ABC7 without interruption, but there's a chance they will not agree to a fair deal and decide to drop the station from their system. We're committed to keeping you informed every step of the way. To find out more information and how you may be able to help, please go to ourlocalcommitment.com/WWSB. And remember, you always have choices. We are free over the air at mysuncoast.com, our free news and weather apps, on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, and also available through other local providers. Thank you.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wannabe Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Join the fun at the Weddings of Sarasota's 17th annual wedding show at the iconic Sarasota Municipal Auditorium on US 41. Sunday, August 27th from noon to 4. Enjoy food, fun, and entertainment with a runway show on stage at 3 p.m. $2,000 in Weddings of Sarasota dollars given out after the runway show. You must be present to win. Pre-register at weddingsofsarasota.com. Brides and grooms are free if registered by midnight on August 25th. Weddings of Sarasota. Register today.
Attention! Royal Seas Cruises has just announced their deal of the day, a $99 Caribbean cruise for 2 people. This amazing cruise deal to the Bahamas is only available to the first 500 callers who register in your area today. So get ready to write down this number and act fast. We know that the best type of traveler is a repeat guest, so we're offering this $99 Caribbean cruise to prove it. That's $99 per couple, including your stateroom, all your delicious meals, full spa, live entertainment, 3 kids clubs, and more. Come see why we were voted one of the top 10 best overall cruises by Cruise Critic. We're so sure you'll enjoy yourself and become a repeat customer that you're getting this deal of the day for the unbelievable low price of just $99 per couple. But you've got to act fast. Pick up the phone and be one of the first 500 callers to take the Caribbean cruise of a lifetime for just $99 per couple. Call right now or log on to royalcruisenow.com.
Call 800-906-0489.
The ABC7 First Alert Hurricane Guide arms you with vital information to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit. Visit mysuncoast.com and download yours today.
Football season has arrived here on the Suncoast. High school teams will kick off the season this Friday, but could collision sports spell catastrophe for young, developing brains? ABC's Arlette Sains looks at the dangers.
Collisions. For young football players, it's all part of the game. But many parents with kids in so-called collision sports may worry whether they are doing lasting damage to their brains. And now new research may give additional weight to these concerns. Canadian researchers looked at college athletes who played collision, contact, and no-contact sports, using brain imaging to look at structure, function, and metabolism of their brains. Their findings, collision athletes' brains were different in areas related to vision, movement, and memory. These athletes didn't have any unique complaints in terms of things like balance and cognition, at least not yet. But the brain scan findings could indicate brain damage accumulates over time. And along with headlines about brain disease in professional football players, these findings will almost certainly make many parents think twice before they let their kids take the field. With this Medical Minute, I'm Arlette Sains, ABC News.
Starting mammograms at age 40 would prevent the most deaths from breast cancer. That's a finding of a study by Weill Cornell Medicine and New York Presbyterian. This challenges more conservative recommendations that take into account both the harms and the benefits of screening. The study found that yearly mammograms between the age of 40 and 80 could cut breast cancer deaths by 40%. That's compared with a reduction of just 23% with the screening guidelines from the U.S. Preventative Services Task Force. Those call for mammograms every 2 years, starting at age 50.
Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Well, good afternoon. Casey Key webcam time lapse showing you calm conditions out there out on the Gulf of Mexico with the high clouds rolling in from the west to the east right now. We got basically an easterly wind at the surface, however, and not much going on in terms of rainfall here, but that is soon to change. We do believe as a result of this tropical wave, it's stretching out from the east coast there, just north of the Bahamas, all the way down through the central Bahamas. There appears to be a little low developing just to the east of Miami right now, and it is drifting off to the west. And in fact, the forecast model suggests that's going to happen, and that's going to get close to us, and that means the instability in the atmosphere will increase, and that means better chances for some showers and storms. Some of that heavier rainfall coming back our way. And this is going to be a big rainmaker. This is going to be a big storm system for Texas, one of those flooding situations taking shape. Forecast model suggests it's going to develop into a hurricane and possibly stick around a while just south of Houston. Well, Titan radar picture showing the moisture already returning south of Fort Myers down into near the Keys right now and stretching over to near Lake Okeechobee. All this moisture kind of moving off to the west. And that's the general plan, is that this moisture availability will start to increase in time. Yesterday, had a lot of dry air over the top of us, giving us great viewing conditions for the eclipse. But now that is going to be replaced by this stream of moisture. There's still a little bit of dry air hanging on. Conditions are not all that favorable for this to develop or strengthen into anything significant at this point, and it appears that we will see a good chance for showers and storms over the next couple of days, possibly running into the weekend. 70 on the dew point. The humidity makes it at 44% because the temperature is just so hot right now. It can hold a lot of moisture, and the heat index at 101. That's cooled down as a result of just a little bit of a west wind near the airport there. 96 degrees, currently high today. 1 degree shy of the record, 97. The average is at 90. 75 was the morning low, that record set back in 1919. I mentioned the deficit for rainfall for the month. We're over 4 inches below average. That for the month, and over 5 inches below average now for the year. We've had a little dry spell here in what typically is the wettest month. 91 in Jacksonville, 92 in Orlando. It's 90 in Miami now. A bit cooler in the Keys, and temperatures all across our area in the low to mid 90s. That's due mainly to an easterly wind, but I mentioned there's a little west breeze trying to develop, but not much. Cortez at 94. Bradenton now at 96 degrees. The Gulf water temperature, a steamy 89. Well, the hourly forecast tomorrow does call for increasing clouds with a better chance for showers and storms. It's not going to be a rain out, but we will see some storms in the afternoon, which will contain some heavy rainfall due to the tropical nature of the air mass moving back over the top of us. The RPM forecast model showing generally fair conditions tonight. Maybe an isolated shower popping up here or there over South Sarasota and into Charlotte County. And then tomorrow, we'll start off with partly cloudy skies, but the clouds will increase in the afternoon with a good chance for scattered showers and storms, especially late afternoon and evening. Some of those storms are becoming rather heavy at times. And then Thursday, I think, is our best chance to see a little bit more widespread rain across the region, and some of that could be strong. Now, as far as the trouble goes, it's not going to be too much trouble for us, it looks like, at this point, because if it does move over across the state and get into the eastern portion of the Gulf of Mexico, there is a frontal system approaching, which will catch it and take it off toward the northeast. By, it looks like, Saturday or Sunday. Again, the disturbance is expected to drift off to the west. However, the Canadian models do take it off to the northwest there, but a majority of them take it off and just kind of hang around there for a couple of days in the eastern portion of the Gulf of Mexico. Let's get to the forecast and show you what's happening for boaters tomorrow. Not much out there. Seas will be generally 2 feet or less with a light chop, and the water temperature now at 89 degrees. For Wednesday, we're expecting partly cloudy skies in the morning anyway at the beaches. Low tide upcoming 9 o'clock. That's this evening for Sarasota Bay, and then again the sunset will be at 8:01. Mostly fair, isolated shower, not out of the question, mainly over the southern portion of our viewing area. 78 for a low, and then tomorrow high of 92. A good chance for afternoon showers and storms. We'll have partly cloudy conditions and the extended forecast for your first alert weather 7-day, showing a good chance for showers and storms. Maybe we'll catch up with our rainfall deficit. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Time now to check your first alert traffic for the drive home. There is an accident near Port Charlotte. This is on I-75 in the northbound lanes near the Harbor View Road exit, so you may want to avoid that area and take a detour.
Floridians may soon not be allowed to use food stamps to buy soft drinks. A Republican state representative has filed a bill for the 2018 session that would ban people from using food assistance benefits to buy sodas. The proposal directs the Florida Department of Children and Families to ask for a federal waiver that would allow the state to ban the use of benefits to buy the soft drinks. Those who support the bill say government benefits should only be used for healthy food, but opponents say the legislation violates people's rights.
I'm not sure that it makes sense for the government to be in someone's shopping cart when they're shopping, especially in light of the fact that they're spending their money the same way that all families are spending their money. And the occasional sweet, the occasional birthday cake for someone who's celebrating their 6th birthday, it seems kind of punitive.
Similar legislation filed during last year's session died during the committee process.
Entertainment news is next. Stay with us.
Many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKX Sport Utility for $349 per month, or Lincoln's flagship, the 2017 Continental, for $449 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Sun Coast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand, with no surprises, and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received J.D. Power Awards for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317, go online, or visit a Target store today.
Attention Sarasota and surrounding cities. After 25 years in Sarasota, Bacon's Furniture and Design will be moving to create Southwest Florida's largest and most dynamic furniture store. We must liquidate everything in the store at huge savings as fast as possible. Do not miss this opportunity to purchase quality sofas, bedrooms, dining rooms, patio furniture, mattresses, and more. All at the absolute lowest prices possible. The Bacon's Furniture and Design relocation sell-off. Nobody beats Bacon's.
Explore amazing merchants on the Suncoast. Find great prices, products, and services. Go to mysuncoast.com to buy local today.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
The jury for Bill Cosby's retrial on sexual assault charges will likely come from the Philadelphia suburbs.
Today, prosecutors and Cosby's new legal team agreed that a local jury could hear the case, but the retrial likely won't happen until next year. Today, the judge delayed the start of the retrial to allow his new lawyers to get up to speed on the case. The 80-year-old comedian is charged with drugging and molesting a woman at his Montgomery County home in 2004. He denies the allegations. Cosby's first trial ended in a hung jury.
Doctors say Jerry Lewis's official cause of death was heart disease. The coroner in Clark County, Nevada, says Lewis died from heart failure due to peripheral vascular disease. The legendary comedian, filmmaker, and actor died on Sunday in Las Vegas at the age of 91. Lewis was also well known for his work as a philanthropist, working for decades to raise money for the Muscular Dystrophy Association and his Jerry's Kids charity.
Snooki and JWoww are heading back to the beach. Nicole Snooki Polizzi and Jenny JWoww Farley both shot to stardom on MTV's show Jersey Shore. The two are now working on a Jersey Shore spinoff called Celebrity Or, which will air on VH1. VH1 says it's a website that other celebrity friends will be on the website that other celebrity friends will be involved in the show as well. It's set to air in October.
George and Amal Clooney are donating $1 million to fight hate groups. The couple announcing today that their Clooney Foundation for Justice is supporting the Southern Poverty Law Center with a grant to combat hate groups in the U.S. In a statement, George Clooney says they wanted to add their voices and financial assistance to the fight for equality. The Southern Poverty Law Center monitors the activities of more than 1,600 extremist groups in the U.S. and has used litigation to win judgments against white supremacist organizations. Denzel Washington is returning to Broadway. The Oscar and Tony winner will be starring in a classic revival of Eugene O'Neill's The Iceman Cometh. It will open next spring. Multiple Tony winner George C. Wolfe will direct the production.
Mark Wahlberg has outmuscled Dwayne Johnson to become Hollywood's highest paid actor in the past year. The former rapper, known as Marky Mark, made some $68 million, according to Forbes magazine. That's more than both Dwayne Johnson and Vin Diesel. The rest of the top five include Adam Sandler and Jackie Chan. Two names that they keep popping up in these top lists, but you don't hear them having as many new projects as some of the other top earners.
Mark Wahlberg and The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
They're busy.
They're everywhere.
I see them all over the place. We'll be right back.